watch Mr. Heavyweight Boxing today.
Hey, what's up, man? This is Chris, the Nightmare Ariel, and you're watching Mr. Boxing.
It's your boy Big Baby Miller here. Listen, we knocking on all bums. First it's gonna be Dylan White, if it's gonna be Joseph Parker, but you know who got the story right? Mr. Boxing Today. You check him out. He got all the latest news on the heavyweight division. And if you don't know me, you soon will, because I'm kicking everybody ass.
This is Andrew Ruiz Jr. You're listening to Mr. Boxing Today.
Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? All right, man. So when you think of Canadian heavyweight boxing up there in Canada, obviously the first guy you think about is Oscar Rivas, right? But besides Oscar Rivas, I know he's rated number 11 by the WBC. I believe he has that NABF title too, little minor title. And we know Oscar, man, some really good fights that got taken off the table for him because he couldn't pass the eye exam. One of them was Gerald Washington. You guys remember that from a few summers ago, the Gerald Washington fight, and Amir Mansour, especially the Mansour fight, man. When that fight was first scheduled, I was so excited about that fight, just the style clash. Both guys kind of mirror each other, except just Mansour is a lot older and he's a southpaw. But that right there is just like fight of the year type of fight, in my opinion, if it were to take place, all right? But besides Oscar Rivas, the other guys, the other up-and-comers, three guys I'm really keeping my eye on. Oleksandr Teslenko and Simon Kean and Mladen Miljas. All right, those three guys right there. Now, August 18th, so like a week or so from now, Teslenko will be taking on Avery Gibson. All right, now Avery Gibson is a guy, man. He's one of them dudes. He fought in the World Series of Boxing. He doesn't, he's not going to wow you with his height or reach or weight or anything like that. But he's very solid. I know he's been in a lot of Deontay Wilder camps, sparred Gerald Washington and Charles Martin. He's been all over the world in great camps. All right. He's a very tough guy to beat. Simon Kean is 15-0 with 14 knockouts, and the one guy that he went to decision with was Avery Gibson. All right, so this dude is a tough guy to try to get out of there, man. He's going to show you different looks. He knows how to survive. The dude can fight. He's just one of them guys, man. He's one of them type of guys who are labeled as a journeyman. It's just very tough for a prospect to fight. Kind of puts me in the mindset of like Juan Good. What's the other dude? Jamal Woods is another guy that's kind of like that. John Bolden, those type of guys, man. Guys that I know some of you probably scratch your head like, who the hell are those guys? But just tough guys on your way up to fight. You know what I mean? Now, October 6th, there's going to be a fight, Simon Kean versus Dylan Carmen. That's going to be a good fight. Dylan Carmen is a guy that I did a prospect watch on before. Picture of Teslenko right there. Dylan Carmen is a guy that I've done a video on before. You see him right here when he fought Razor Ruddock. Ruddock came back at like 50-something years old, man, and Carmen knocked him out. He's going to be fighting Simon Kean on the, like I said, October 6th. Should be a good fight. The one thing about Carmen, man, is he going to come in shape? If he's going to come in shape, he can put up for an entertaining fight. Simon Kean, you see right here, he's always pretty much in shape. 2012 Olympian, took a few years off, then he started his career up. Right now he's 15-0. Out of all three of these guys, man, or if you want to count in Dylan Carmen, to me he's fought the better opposition. Avery Gibson, Alexis Santos was a very good fight, good matchup when that was made. I love that fight. Good fight with that. Then he fought Adam Braidwood. That was a pretty good fight. Entertaining knockout for Simon Kean in that fight. Will Dylan Carmen show up in shape? Now, Dylan Carmen at the beginning of the year, he had a fight of the year type of fight with Mladen Miljas. Very good fight he had with Miljas right here. Double knockdown in that fight. Both guys landed left hooks at the same time, simultaneously. Both went down. From what I can remember, looked like Miljas was hurt more than Carmen when they got up. He got up kind of shaky, man. But he finished off the fight. He finished Dylan Carmen. Impressive victory. It was a very entertaining knockout. I believe he knocked him down 2 more times. The last time he just flattened him right on his back. But in that fight, to me, it came down to battle of attrition. Miljas is always in the gym. I follow on Instagram. He's always in the gym, always staying in good shape. He's 8-0 with 8 KOs. The one thing about these guys, man, Simon Kean, he's 29 years old. Teslenko's 26. Miljas is, well, I think he's like 25 years old. 8-0 with the 8 knockouts. Teslenko was 13-0 with 11 knockouts. Simon Kean 15-0 with 14 knockouts. And you can never count out Dylan Carmen. You know what I mean? You can never count him out, man. He's, you know, he'll give you some entertaining fights. Even fights that he loses, he's entertaining in those. He's entertaining in those fights. And he's 6'5" himself, 80-inch reach. You know what I mean? With him, though, it's just the conditioning. If he comes in out of shape, I see Simon Kean probably stop him. If he shows up in shape, I'm going to still favor Simon Kean. It's going to be intriguing, though, because Kean will not run away from a fight. You know what I mean? That's one thing I can say about him. But Mladen Miljas right now is the Canadian heavyweight champion. I know some of you probably wondering what, you know, who really cares. But, you know, there's been some really good fighters to hold that title before. I know Razor Ruddock held it, I believe, back in the day. Obviously, the great George Travallo, he held it in like the mid to late 60s, early 70s. And then also Trevor Berbick held it like the late 70s, early 80s. All right. So I think up in Canada, man, they can make for some intriguing fights. You know what I'm saying? I would like to see the winner out of this Simon Kean versus Dylan Carmen. If Dylan Carmen can get the victory over Kean, it'll be a big upset, and maybe he can get his rematch against Miljas for that Canadian heavyweight title. Or we can just get, you know, if Kean beats Carmen, we get to see Miljas versus Simon Kean for the Canadian title. You know what I mean? And then shit, maybe the winner of that can maybe Oleksandr Teslenko can get in on it too. You know what I'm saying? Because he's 13-0. So some good fights up there, man. Some good fights up there. You know, if Oscar Rivas can't come down to the States or go to the UK and pass eye exams, man, I'm thinking that maybe Oscar Rivas can get involved with one of these guys. If he can't get nobody to Canada that want, you know, to give him a fight up there, because I know when he comes out here, he always fails eye exams. I know he's had a problem with his retina. I believe it's his right eye. I believe, if I'm wrong, correct me in the comment section. But and one thing about all these dudes that I'm naming, Rivas, Miljas, Teslenko, Simon Kean, all them dudes are in shape. You know what I'm saying? They do come to fight in shape. But Teslenko, Miljas, and Kean right now, they're still in the prospect type of stage, working their way up. So, you know, I'm not expecting them to jump off the, you know, just jump off the cliff and, you know, fight for world titles. But I do think these type of fights will help them build into better fighters, and it'll let us know who's the, you know, best guy up there in Canada as far as the heavyweight goes. You know what I mean? But and maybe, you know, one or three of these guys, maybe all of them shit can get a fight against Oscar Rivas one day. You know what I mean? But I know Rivas right now, like I said, he's world rated. It's just about him passing eye exams, man. But just my opinion, really quick video about the Canadian heavyweight scene, man. Was watching some fights today from those guys, man. If you guys can get that that Dylan Carmen versus Mladen Miljas fight, if you guys know a link to the full fight, please send it to me. I just seen the double knockdown, and then I seen the 2 knockdowns that Miljas finished Carmen in. And just by looking at it, the way they were slugging it out, it looked like it just, from that, looked like it came down to a battle of attrition. Miljas much better shape. He has a good left hook. He's an upright fighter. He's about 6'6", 240 pounds, in shape. Off his back, he seemed like a more of a come forward fighter. When I seen him go off his back foot, it looked like he's just trying to get out of harm's way, reset, and then get back on the jab, try to land a jab, right hand, left hook. He goes to the body. That's one thing I noticed about him. He does work the body. Against the guys that are lesser opposition, he was just ripping them to the body. He was dropping dudes with body shots, finishing them. You know what I mean? Teslenko, Ukrainian fighter who moved his career to Canada. He kind of comes out of that mold of a Golovkin type of style where he's kind of patient. He'll kind of bend and creep forward slowly and peck away with the jab, right hand. You know, he tries to pick his spots and land accurate shots. I like his style. Kean, big thudding jab. Oh, Teslenko also, he's about 6'4", 225 pounds. He was a really good amateur as well. Won over like 200 amateur fights. Only lost a handful of them. Simon Kean, big dude, man. As you can see here, big muscular dude, has international amateur experience. Like I said, he was Olympian in 2012 as super heavyweight. His jab is most impressive to me. When he throws that jab, man, it's like thudding. It's busting dudes up, man. He's another guy that's just a big guy. But when he goes on his back foot, he doesn't seem as clunky as some big guys that I've seen. Now, I really don't think he's a back foot fighter like that, but when he does get out of range, he does keep his hands up to fire back. He's not just trying to just get out the way and then reset. From what I see, when he does go on the back foot, he will still pump a jab out. He's ready to throw. All right, but just a quick video on this, man. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section about the Canadian heavyweight scene, man. Let me know what you think, man. I'm gone.